Hello, this is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess. It's lovely to see you face to face. I wanted to share with you a daily practice that I have. And in this practice, I have devoted each day of the week to one of the 7 chakras. And I start on Sunday, the first day of the week, with the root chakra. And in my meditation time, where I light a candle and I stay with it until it is burned out, and there are many things that I do in this time, but one of them is a modified Ho'oponopono that is repeated and sung with mala beads. Now, mala beads are an ancient tradition, and there are many forms in which this takes place. In fact, it seems to me that the rosary beads in the Catholic tradition are very similar, although different in various ways in structure. But the most common form that we see mala beads take is a ring of 108, which has long been held as a sacred number. And there is a mantra that is repeated 108 times. There is also a 109th bead on circles of mala beads that is called the guru bead, and you hold it before starting. You hold it and you contemplate before you begin, and also after you end, you hold that 109th mala bead again, the guru bead, and again contemplate after you have completed the 108 mantras. So in this practice, I am repeating a modified version of the Ho'oponopono, and this was inspired by the time that I have spent with A Course in Miracles, as well as listening to my intuition and guidance. So the classic Ho'oponopono contains the 4 phrases: I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And I noticed when I was doing this that the feelings felt with the phrase I am sorry were painful. And in A Course in Miracles, and in other spiritual traditions as well, we are seeking to transform pain into love. So, the way that I have been doing it has been, I love you, you love me, forgiven, thank you. And in the sung version, it is a series of 3. Now, 108 is divided into 3 quite neatly, so that works out well. In the sung version, the last of the 3 is slightly longer. Instead of just saying forgiven, it says, we are forgiven. So, in essence, the phrase I'm sorry has been replaced with you love me. And the intention in this modified version of the Ho'oponopono is that after all soul work is done, the underlying truth and reality, the reality beneath all layers of illusion, is only love. It is that I love you and you love me. It is an acknowledgement of this. And by using the word forgiven, it is the finished state of forgiveness already being completed. So in essence, this modified Ho'oponopono is stating the completed final version that we would like to be manifest. It is the reality beneath all the layers of illusion. So I wanted to explain why it is that I use this modified version of the Ho'oponopono. It is because I am strengthening, I am putting strength and intention on the completed version after the soul work is done. Now, there are times that I find it useful to use the original Ho'oponopono that everyone knows and loves, because the truth is, I am in a state of pain. I am in a state of feeling sorrow and grief around what seems to be happening in the present moment. And so to say I'm sorry is very much being with what I am experiencing and what I am ready to receive in that moment. So there are times that I go back to the original Ho'oponopono. So I will be putting out a series of videos, one for each day of the week, where my altar has been arranged for the color most commonly associated with that chakra, and therefore that day of the week, and the sung modified Ho'oponopono to the 108 mala beads. So, dear listener, if you at home have a set of mala beads, you may keep count and sing along, or just listen, either way. Now, one final thing. It has been the tradition when using mala beads to not use your index finger as you are handling them and moving them forward, because the index finger has association with the ego. I tend to use my thumb and middle finger to handle and move the mala beads as I repeat the mantra. So there you go. That is the instructions for this daily practice that is slightly different on the days of the week, just because a different chakra is being focused on. All right. Happy practicing.